And also I think the second point that I really like is this whole idea of control. And I've been thinking about that a lot, just in terms of we think we have to give up so much control in our lives, but actually we have far more than we think. We can choose where to live to some extent, we can choose where to work, we can choose what we can do. And I think that whole idea of taking back control. And I think this other point you mentioned, I think either in one of your talks in your book, just like thinking about your career as a product, having this sort of startup mentality. And I think that really changes the way you interact with your employer. Because otherwise, I think if you think of yourself as a startup, you've got these particular assets, whether it's your education or your experience. And then rather than going cap in hand to your employer and looking for them to choose you, you're saying, well, I'm the asset. I'm going to lease my services to you. And I think, look, that's a very subtle shift, but I think that's quite profound, because if you start thinking of yourself in those terms as the star or the asset and not just a commodity, then it just changes things quite dramatically. Don't you think so, Jeff?
Yeah, it's a reclamation of control, right? So it is profound, right? It sounds like a subtle shift in words, right? But it's not. It's not. It's you realizing that your employer gets exponential value from the time, expertise, and experience that you give to your job. And so they need you, right? And you are providing them with a service that should continuously improve over time, right? And look, it's up to you to make sure that you are continuously improving what you're offering and that you continue to provide a valuable service to your employer, right? So it's up to you to pay attention to the market, to what the company needs, what the company's going through strategically, where it's headed. How can you be of best service there, right? But the reality is that you are providing a service to these folks. You're providing, you can call it a service, you can call it a product, and they are consuming that from you. Now, if you're not getting the kind of returns on the investment that you've made in yourself and in your career and your expertise, then it's time to rethink that relationship. And I think particularly today, as we are, still, like, I hesitate to say coming out of the pandemic. There are some countries that are, there are some countries that are not, but certainly 18 months into this pandemic, we are seeing the future of work being redefined. And we're seeing a lot of control being pushed back to the employees. They're choosing where to work, they're choosing how to work, they're choosing what to do.